Disease resistance is a crucial part of Syngenta's wheat breeding strategy. Every year at Syngenta, we put thousands of varieties in trial looking for new traits for the future. Diseases like Septoria tritici are increasingly difficult to control in the field. Having a clean variety, something like Graham, gives the farmer increased flexibility and enables them to cope with anything that the season throws at them.
We've been breeding wheat varieties for 30 years now, and what we try to do is test all of our varieties for all wheat diseases, and we will do this where the disease pressure is highest. For yellow rust, we will test our varieties predominantly in Whittlesford. For diseases like Septoria, we'll test them down in the southwest where the disease pressure is higher. Variety testing begins here in Whittlesford, where we inoculate plants and transfer them to our disease nurseries. We then test our new lines against these disease strains out in the field. Most varieties are susceptible to yellow rust. Even for Graham, which is a variety with a good yellow rust rating, you might still see yellow rust in its early stages, but as Graham grows, the variety will develop adult plant resistance. It's more difficult to breed for Septoria resistance as there are several different genes involved, and it's a more complex trait to develop into the variety.
In the past, varieties with good Septoria resistance have been associated with lower yield. Nowadays, modern breeding techniques have narrowed the gap and enabled us to breed better Septoria-resistant varieties with higher yield. Breeding for disease resistance is different depending on which disease you're targeting. Here at Syngenta, we use marker selection to identify the genes that we're interested in. Once we've found these genes of interest, we then ensure that these are in the new varieties that we are breeding. This means that we are developing better and better disease-resistant varieties, which is very important because diseases like yellow rust are constantly evolving. Today's varieties are very different to those that were bred 20 years ago. It is important to remember drilling date, weather patterns and location all have an effect on disease pressure, but variety choice is also very important. Using resistant varieties gives you more flexibility and allows you to spread your workload on farm. It also maintains the efficacy of the current chemistry. According to recent studies from the UK CPVS, the dominant red group of isolates infects earlier in the season. This, combined with the unpredictable breakdown pattern that we've seen in yellow rust, means that it is important to include a triazole in your T0 to get control as early as possible. Growing a Septoria-resistant variety gives you added security in the season. If you're doing this, you could consider reducing your fungicide program to 1 SDHI rather than 2. As current industry standards suggest, we would always recommend mixing your mode of actions to prevent resistance issues. For more information on how Syngenta breeds our varieties and our chemistry, go to syngenta.co.uk.